Okay, hey, I'm back. If you're just joining me, this is part 2 of a video doing this coloring page. It's available over at Pam One Stroke over on Etsy. And the colors I'm going to use this time are Prismacolor. They are 1081, 1080. Sorry, it's hard to see these numbers sometimes. And 941. Okay, I'm going to put them from light to dark. I believe that's right. Now, in the interest of time, I have gone ahead and done the chocolate chip cookies. Not all of it, because I know how you love to sit and watch me color. Yawn, yawn. Anyway, I am leaving a little bit of area where I'm going to shade. I did not do that on the stars because they were so light. I really didn't think it would matter, but I think I could have blended a little better had I left that little bit of area. And I'm getting in here and just really going at it. I'm not too concerned about this being really smooth because cookies are textured. So if this is a little lumpy looking, I'm good with that this time. Okay. So there's my basic cookie. That was number 1080. Now I'm going to go over and let's pop the chocolate chips in. They're the darkest. So 941. And I'm just doing chocolate chips. Just getting them in. And see, they're a different color than the ones last time. I told you I didn't write down the numbers last time, so I wasn't sure what colors I'd even used. I've been starting to try to keep track of my numbers a little bit more. I did put the link on where to get this page down in the comments from the first video. And when I start to upload this one later, I will go back and label that as part 1. So, and then I'll also try to remember to put it in the comments of this video, part 2, and that'll give you a chance to go find that if you want to do it. Again, sometimes it's just easier to download and print out digital format coloring sheet than to have to buy a whole book for 1 or 2 pages that you like. So, and these make wonderful Christmas gifts. Just get some colored pencils and a book, not a book, pages, and bundle it up all together and go with it. Okay, now I'm going to go with this other brown now. This one is the 1081. And now I'm hoping that this is a good color for shading and for around the outside of the cookie. You know, where it got just a little bit crusty. Not bad crusty, good crusty. I'm just going to do a little bit of this in case I have to erase it and change colors. But I want to do enough of it that I can tell. See down here too, because it's shadow. Up here it's just the crusty. Okay, then I'm going to go back to my first one, the 1080, and I'm going to blend that. Yeah, see how much it dulls back when I start blending with that original color? It's just enough that it looks like a good shadow in there. And that's what I want. And if you color your picture totally one color first, if you've got good coverage, the paper may not take this added shadow color because it's wax, you can only put so much color on a page. So again, that's why we're leaving that little bit of border around it this time. Okay? But yeah, there's my shadows and everything now. Okay, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to lightly do all this. And if you need to pause and catch up because I went ahead with the cookies, then you do that. That's fine. I will send the coloring police along right away and tell them that you've messed up. I'm kidding, there are no coloring police. And one reason I do this on video is so that you can pause. Otherwise, I would go over and do it on a blog or something. But I think that seeing it in real time and being able to pause and listen to a little bit of instruction is hopefully helpful. I have certainly been getting more comments now than I used to. Getting a little better with the camera. Now, do you remember when you cook chocolate chip cookies and these kind of puff up? It puffs up here and this sinks down a little because that's sticking out. I'm going to put a little bit of shadow there and there just because of that. This is puffed up and over here is kind of sunken down a little bit. And I already did that. Okay, I'm going to come back in with my first color. We're going to do some blending. I hope some of you will go over and check out that Etsy site for the pages. Small business owners really appreciate it when you throw in your support for them. I happen to know this one personally. Again, they're cookies. They should be a little lumpy looking. So if everything's not colored perfect in this one, I'm not too worried about it. I also took this same page and I painted it. I don't have it in here right now with me. I will try to remember to grab it and bring it in before I start part 3 so I can show you. So there's many uses to these patterns that you can get. It's not just for coloring. You can paint. You can use markers. You could use it as a base and cut it out and then cut out papers and scrapbook. All kinds of funness. All sorts of ways to utilize things like this. See, I'm keeping a very light touch. And the further back you hold your pencil, the lighter your touch has to be because you can't push down hard without busting that lead. So if you're heavy-handed, see, this is sunken down, that's puffed up. It's puffed up over there, sunken down over here. So if you're heavy-handed, holding your pencil further back is a good way to make you do lighter layers. Okay, it's puffed up on this side, so it's sunken down on this side. It's puffed up over here, sunken down over here. Okay. Can't wait to start on the ribbon on this. I think I am going to change the colors up from my last one a little bit. Maybe not do that shade of green. I'll still do green because I'm usually a traditionalist when it comes to a Christmas picture. But anyway, all right, back to the original. Gonna do some blending. Now I hope you didn't mind that I went ahead and base colored some of this without you. But I just felt like it would help us to get through the video just a little bit quicker. It's taking me about an hour for YouTube to upload and process one of my 30-minute videos. So I can get more done if I color just a little bit off camera while it's uploading. And then when you come back, you can push pause, but then you know that next one is probably already uploading. So in the long run, you're going to get to more videos sooner with me doing it that way, and you're not really missing anything because all I did was lay down color. And I've laid down color on enough other things, you know. Laying down color is just the little circles. That's all it is. Right now, all I'm doing is blending, but I am letting you watch that because I know a lot of you have said, yes, it helps. So if you want me to go back to showing every little coloring, let me know that too. But know that the videos will be spaced out more. You won't get as many as quickly. So I just happened to have the day off and feel like I can get quite a few done. Okay, so there is our cookie. Now next I want to go up and do my pretzels right up here. How much time are we into? See, we're only at 11 minutes. So that was good. Now I am finished with this one. This was the 1080, so I'm going to lay that one out of the way. Now I'm going to carry on with these two. The pretzels are all going to be done in this 1081. They're going to be shaded around the inside. Okay, the outside of each circle, which is the inside part of the pretzel. And they'll also be shaded around the outside here. Now, I'm not going to shade anything without you. Ooh, I just found some yellow that got missed. Did you see this or did you miss it too? Sneaky, sneaky. It's the other little point on that tip. And then I know there should be some shading here and here. See, that's another reason I leave the pencils out till the project's done, just in case we find anything like that. Wonder if we missed anything else. Oh, I know, you probably didn't miss it on yours, but I did on mine. Yep, and here's another piece right here. See all these little lost and found pieces? Just a good reason to keep the pencils handy. Star looks more like a star now, doesn't it? Okay, so all of that one, this one here, and then here came to a point, and that's behind the wrapper, and then here. Okay, I do believe we've got it. Okay, so what I was saying before I so rudely interrupted myself is I am going to come in and color the pretzels. I'm going to leave a little bit of border around the very outside. And around this inside area. Okay. And you'll be able to see as soon as I come back what I've done, and you'll be able to push pause and see. I'm making these more of a milk or more of a dark chocolate than the milk chocolate that I had last time. Doesn't matter, whatever brown you like. But I am going to push pause and get these colored, and then I will come back before I do any of the shading. So fear not, I'm not going on without you. I'm just going to put the chocolate on the pretzels. Let me go dip them, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm not finished. I didn't get very far. I am erasing because I told you those colors backwards. Okay? Thank goodness for battery-powered pencil sharpener. I had told you to use 1081 for the actual pretzel, don't. We're going to use 941 for the pretzel, okay? And then we'll use the 1081 for the shading. So yeah, see, I can still come in and cover that. So that's good. So see, good reason for you not to start yet. So now I am going to push pause again and see if I can get further along this time. Okay, so during that little break, I also went and got my painting. So let me turn it this way, you can get it all in. It's an 8x10 canvas, and I just traced it on and then painted it. I'm going to use the same techniques, same coloring style. I just used paint. Okay, so that's all on. And now I'm going to come back, and I don't like that color. So, and it's like I've told you before, this is the real thing. So that's when I have to stop and change crayons or something. Crayons, colored pencils. I don't worry about it because I know you're wanting to watch this real time anyway. So I am going to get rid of 1081. Let's mark that out. And let's go back to the drawing board and let's pick another color. We have 941. Our goal is to find something in the browns that it's going to look good as a shadow. You like getting in my head, seeing how I think? Could be a dangerous place to be. Looking for my 941. Really? Come on. Shouldn't be that hard to find. Okay, 941. Yeah, it's that. I think, yeah, I'm going to go with 946. So, grab that pencil. Can't be that hard to find. Okay, 946. 946. Still with me? All right, I've got my clear sheet underneath, protecting my table. Don't need to indent into this nice, fine, cheap pine. All right, so now I'm going to come in and I'm going to start doing all the little dark bits. Can you see that? It's not real dark, but it's just enough to make that look like it's curving around. Okay, so everywhere that pretzel has a curve in it, that's what we're doing. So all the way around the outside. Just keep going all the way. Skip the little white bits. That's the icing that's drizzled over. See how it's starting to take a little bit of shape now, though? Looks like that's rolling around to the back. Makes it look more rounded. And because the color is so close to the one I used before, I'm not having a great deal of trouble blending these. I'm not even doing my little ovals the whole time. Just every now and then. In fact, that looks like it needs a little bit right there just to help out. There we go. Well, you know it's going to mess up when you say it's not. It's like taking the car into the shop because you hear a ding, and when you get there, of course it won't ding. You know, that's just life. Should have not said anything about it blending so nice. Okay, so do you see the outside of that one, how it looks so much better than, say, the outside of this one? Even if I'd colored this one better. You know what I'm saying? It just has that shape to it now that it really looks like it's wrapped around. Now we're going to wrap the inside. So we're going to go around each of the 3 little holes. Okay, just going around there. See how it just kind of recesses back in there? All right, there's that one. We did that one. We didn't do all the outside here though. There we go. Let's do this hole. Let's go ahead and get that while we're there. Then we're going to come around and get this hole. If you'll do it section at a time, or each pretzel at a time, we're not as apt to miss anything like I did on the yellow star cookies. I don't know why I missed that, I just did. So, okay, so that's those 3. Now we're going to do what's tucked underneath. This was tucked underneath, this is underneath. So right along here, shadow. Soften it as you come out a little. Right here, this is underneath this candy cane. And if you look at this page as a whole, you might think, oh my gosh, that's way too busy. I'll never do that. But if you break it down into sections like what we're doing together, it's totally doable. Now I'm going to do the outside again. So break down a page that looks like it might be a little more difficult for you. Break it down into bite-sized pieces. Bite-sized with candy, no pun intended. All right. But even if you can only work on it for 15 minutes and you get frustrated, do 15 minutes. Set a timer to go off in 12 minutes. That way you stop before you're frustrated. And then when you come back to it, pick up another section. And if you'll do it that way, you'll notice that you can get through it a whole lot easier. My son told me once, he goes, Mom, your art room, it's a problem. Just work on it for so many minutes. My daughter's told me the same way. You know, Mom, you told us to break things down, so break it down. When my husband and I first got married, I made his suits. And okay, now I'm going to go around the circles. And I would go in and set in a sleeve and leave. I'd go back in later, set in the other sleeve. I'd go in and do a welted pocket. I had to break it down into steps because I thought what you're thinking. A suit, oh my gosh. Yeah. And when I broke it down, it was amazingly easy because I was just doing a little chunk. I wasn't worried about the whole thing. You know, you do the same thing with housework. If you think about it, you've got an entire house to maintain, right? But you don't think of it that way. You think of it as, oh, I'm going to throw in a load of laundry, go do the dishes real quick. Okay, now I'm going to do what's tucked underneath. Okay, so go back and do what's tucked underneath. And you break it down into little bite-sized daily tasks. Because if we looked at our homes and we thought, oh my gosh, I have all this to maintain every day. Or, oh my word, I'm raising up this little me. I'm raising a child. You know, that's kind of overwhelming. But when you break it down, God's entrusted me with this little creature. I just have to make sure they get fed. I have to make sure their diapers are clean. And then he gives you a little bit more each time, and you just keep going, and before you know it, you've raised the child. You know? So break down the things. And I know raising a child's nothing like coloring a page. But I'm just trying to make an analogy and I'm messing up at it. I'm sorry. Okay, this edge here is under that candy cane and I missed that. So I'm going to go back and pick that up. And if you come back later and you see something you've missed, look up your color, figure out what you did, and go back and fix it. Is this still running? Yes, it is. Okay, if we get cut off, I'm going to finish up this area and then I won't move ahead until we come back in the next video. And again, I'm going to try to put the link down in the comments under this video. I think if you're on your phone, you may have to scroll down a little bit and then it'll show the comments and you'll be able to pick it up then. I'm wishing I had a glitter white pen, gel pen, because I would go over all of the icing with it, but I don't. So I'm still toying with what to do with that. I do have some glitter pencils, but I don't think any of them are like a white color. So I'm not sure yet on that, on what I'm going to do. Okay, I've gone around the outside, going around all the little holes. And you can see, again, I'm not blending real good with this, but yet it's okay. And I think it's because the colors I picked. Some colors just do a little better than others. But hopefully you can see where this is making it look more rounded, more indented in there. Okay, now what's underneath? This pretzel is underneath this one. So this is going to get some shading. And it's underneath these candy canes. So it's going to get some shading there. So again, this is just a good lesson in finding your layers, what's behind what. And at Christmas, it's fun. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go upload it to YouTube. When I come back, we'll see what we're going to attack next. I'm not sure yet. It is already 2:30 Texas time, and I do have other things to do today on my day off before we get to Thanksgiving this week. So, but anyway, all right, I'm going to take a pause here, and I will be back in a little bit with another video.